to Seal Rescue Ireland. My name is Nikki, I'm the Education Manager here, and welcome to episode 7 of our 8-part mini-series. Over the past couple of episodes, we've been talking a lot about how humans can affect the environment and how that affects all of the animals that live in them. But in today's episode, I wanted to focus on the different types of ways that humans can directly impact animals like our seals. It's a lot of information to cover, so let's get started. Gray seal and common seal pups rely on their mom's milk for the first couple of weeks of their lives. If they're accidentally separated from their mothers during this time, their seal pups will have a very low rate of survival. Just like human babies, seal pups are very small and need a lot of help from their parent. People with good intentions will see a baby seal alone on the beach, assume it needs help, and might approach it, try to feed it, or even push it back into the sea. This is especially dangerous for gray seal pups, who are born with that white, fluffy coat called lanugo, which we talked about in episode 1. It's important that lanugo stays dry for the first few weeks of its life until it molts into a waterproof adult coat. What people might not realize is that the seal pup's mom could be in the water watching close by. Like we talked about in episode 1, seal moms often go out into the sea and do a little bit of hunting and a little bit of swimming and then come back onto the shore to nurse their pup. So if a human approaches or disturbs their pup during that time, their mom might see that from the sea, get scared, and then eventually abandon their pup. Seal pup moms are a lot better at raising their pups than we are, so we really only want to intervene if it's 100% necessary. A sad example of this is a seal that we had in our center a few years ago called Wilbur. He was only a few days old when he was spotted on the beach by humans who didn't realize that they were putting his life in jeopardy by approaching him and taking pictures with him on the beach. Since he was so young and fragile, he ended up passing away after only a few days in our care. Wilbur's story is a sad but important reminder that we always should give wildlife lots and lots of space. To learn a little bit more about stress and seal behavior, let's go have a chat with our friend, scientist Shiva.
Thanks, Nikki. Every few days at our Seal Rescue Center, we clean our rehabilitation pools where we keep the seals in our care.
Despite having to come in close proximity to provide this maintenance and care, our team tries our best to keep our seals' wild instincts so they'll be able to survive once released. To give you an idea of how seals' behaviors change when they are disturbed by humans, look at what happens when we go into the enclosures to clean. Cleaning our facilities is essential to keeping our seals healthy and comfortable while they're in our care. You can see that seals become more stressed and alert when we come near them to carry out cleaning tasks. This is good because it's their natural instinct, and this will keep them safe from danger when they are released back into the wild. But you can imagine how if this were to repeatedly happen to a wild seal who needs to be rested enough to hunt to eat, it would hurt their ability to survive.
Just imagine how it feels like for you when you get woken up from your nap or are trying to fall asleep in a very noisy room. Getting enough rest is very important for our health, just like it is for seals and every other animal. So make sure you keep this in mind when you come across a wild seal resting on the beach. And with that, back to you, Nikki.
Another really good reason not to disturb seals in the wild is because it's actually illegal. Seals are protected by the 1976 Wildlife Act. So if you ever see a seal on a beach anywhere, make sure you stay well away from it, at least 100 or 200 meters away if possible. And if you have a dog with you, make sure you keep it on a lead. Seals have really sharp, pointy teeth when they're not afraid to use them whenever they feel threatened. Seals and dogs are really similar, so that means that they can transfer lots of really nasty diseases to one another. So by keeping your dog on a lead, not only are you keeping the seal safe, but you're also keeping you and your dog safe too. Now for an activity that everyone can do at home. I want you to go out into your local green space and observe some animals. Make sure you have a pen and paper with you to try and write down all of the different types of behaviors that these animals are exhibiting in their everyday lives. Once you've done that, I want you to have a really long think about the different types of ways that humans can impact those behaviors. So for example, if a squirrel was running around trying to forage and look for food, what kind of an impact would humans have on that animal if they walked past, or if they maybe disturbed them during their foraging process? If you find anything interesting while you're doing your observations, make sure you share those with us on our social media platforms. At the time of filming this video, Ireland is currently under lockdown due to coronavirus. So if you go outside for any of these activities, we want to make sure that you stay safe and that you're following any of the guidelines that your local government has put in place. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms. We're at Seal Rescue Ireland on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and we're at Seal_Rescue on Twitter. Thank you again so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe. Let's do this together. Bye everyone.